I want to start this episode with a simple question. How many times have you started over in your health? Started over being in bunny ears or quotation marks. How many times have you started over in your health? How many times have you gotten excited about a new diet that would work, or a new workout program, or a new health hack? How many next Mondays have there been? How many January New Year's resolutions have there been? And I ask this not to shame, because there's nothing wrong with you. It's not that you are flawed or not good enough. It's that you haven't had the right environment, the right home, the right support. I want to share with you why smart, cool, capable, intelligent people can't seem to make things stick with their health, and what you can do about it, exactly what you can do about it. So, first of all, the fitness industry message, as subtle as it is, says that there is something wrong with you. You need more willpower or discipline. You're too emotional. You're not good at this stuff. And it's always moving the mark just a little bit beyond where you are. And then you realize, even when you get to a certain goal, you have to maintain it. You have to keep going. You have to keep trying. So it feels like this never ending hamster wheel, or being on a merry-go-round and just going round and round in circles. Recently, my girlfriend and I took our dog on a walk, and she tried a merry-go-round for the first time. And she was smart. She jumped off pretty quickly because she was getting dizzy. But that's what it makes me think about. Uh, we often think that there's just something wrong with us if we're in a bigger body, or if the health stuff doesn't come naturally, or if we don't fit that prototype of, tone muscle, lean, fast, that we're not doing it right. And we're fed this image that is truly deeply rooted in racism, in sexism, in patriarchy. So there's nothing wrong with you. In order to make billions of dollars like the fitness industry does, it sets up these goals. And it's not that they're completely undoable for everyone, they're unsustainable and unrealistic for most people. So it might work a little bit. And it's kind of like, if you, speaking of dogs, if a, what was it? I was talking with some friends about a burrito tree or a burger shrub or something. And like, if a dog found a shrub, a burger, a hamburger, or something delightful, something delicious behind a tree in a certain spot, they would pretty much every time they saw that tree, they would look for the burrito, they would look for the burger. And my point is that sometimes we see success, and so we keep going back to that one tree, that one place where we saw it once before, even though we might never ever find it there again. Fitness programs are a little bit like that. It works sometimes for some people. And so you're sold this idea that it should work for you every time. And if it doesn't, then there's something wrong with you. Like, I did a low calorie diet and that worked for me, as in I lost weight, or I did this really grueling, intense HIIT workout program and it worked for me, in that I saw some strength and stamina grow in my body. But that doesn't mean that it's meant for long term. So we, as humans, don't need another plan. We need a place. This is where we see long term, sustainable, actual deep health and growth over and over and over again. A safe place to be your full self, a home to come back to, just like you have good days and bad days, and you come home to your bed, to your kitchen, to your living room, to your comfort, to your people. That's what we need, a place to support us and a place to land in. Because what we're sold works doesn't actually work. What if health and fitness, the whole food and workout stuff, your body wasn't a battle anymore? What if it wasn't something to fight anymore? Wasn't it? What if it wasn't something to strategize or scheme or bargain with or control? What if you could safely, fully put down your weapons, so to speak? What if food wasn't like a bank account that felt like it kept depleting without enough coming back in? What if movement was something you really enjoyed? And like, just imagine this. What if movement was something you really enjoyed? Not because you just felt satisfaction from completing a certain number, or you felt good about yourself because you assuaged some guilt because you spent an hour at the gym. But what if you really enjoyed each part of movement in your own way? Not to burn off what you ate last night or to make yourself more quote unquote attractive or desirable to anyone else. What if it was something that you enjoyed in your body? What if you weren't so scared of food anymore? What if you didn't feel like you looked in the mirror and had to fight aging and fight this fat and fight this size and fight your clothes and fight inside to try to make yourself feel good about yourself? What if it wasn't a battle anymore? What if the way that you ate and moved and the way your body felt was a reflection of your inner strength, your inner wisdom, your fiery desire? What if on a hard day, you're exhausted, you're sick, you're feeling overwhelmed, and you still had a solid place to come back to? Not a plan that you have to follow that adds more overwhelm or that punishes you for getting off track, so to speak, but a home that you're able to come back into, that lets you walk back in as you are, fully as you are, and actually welcomes you with delight. That's what I mean when I say home. It's an actual structure, not just an idea, not just a metaphor, but a community, a space, a method where health is human. It invites all of you. I've worked with over hundreds of clients all around the world from age 13 to 80 since 2020. And I've realized that you don't need to tick all the boxes. You don't need to get A pluses and 100%. What really helps you grow is welcoming all of yourself in and integrating all of you with your health and expressing more of you. It's not about just the victories or before and after photos. It's about the small moments every day. It's about learning to live in the body you have, not living for the body that you think you should have. It's changing in small day-to-day moments, like the way you talk about yourself when you feel like you've messed up, or the choices that you make because you want to, even when no one is watching, or you're not tracking it into MyFitnessPal or getting credit for it on your steps or your watch steps counter. It's about you and having a safe space to support that. When you show up with curiosity just as you are and keep showing up, because it's where your home is, it's where you land, no matter what is going on in your life, that is how you grow. And for that, you don't need more rules. You need more supportive structure and habits. And you need more compassion for yourself, more awareness, a structure that's built for real humans as they are, not what fitness culture says we should be. So I offer something to reflect that. The 4-H method is something I created and have continued to create because it goes against so much of what I've seen that doesn't work and that perpetuates harmful behaviors and ideas. As someone with a restrictive eating disorder, I know what it's like to feel like you have to follow all the rules, or else, even if it's just self imposed rules, and most of the time it's just self imposed rules. I know what it's like to be considered healthy on the outside, and even to think that I was super healthy when in fact I was miserable. My mental health was suffering, my body was suffering. I was constantly in hunger. I was not in touch with myself. So I know what it's like to check those boxes. If I were in a fitness program at that time, I know I would have aced it. I would have completed everything and then some. But that's not necessarily health. That's not necessarily being just a messy, complex, beautiful human. And I had to let go of all of those external markers that felt like they were supporting my worth and my value and my sense of self. And I had to confront more of who I really am. I did that with eating, like I shared in a recent episode, the prize of coming, the pride of coming out and the prize of coming home, and how my queerness played into that. But I built this 4-H method, and it's not the youth program with the dash in between the 4 and the H. It's 4-H method because it's comprised of 4 H's. And we start where most programs don't. Most programs, when you say, all right, I want to get healthy, they immediately start with, all right, let's drink more water. Let's start this workout program. Let's track what you're eating and make these changes to your macros and your calories. And though that might not be inherently immoral, for long-term change, we start somewhere else. We come home to you. We start with hope, which is this knowing and integrating that you are already worthy and valuable as you are. We don't start from this goal of once I lose weight or when I finally get all these healthy habits together, then I'll be okay. We start from already enough. So you've already won because it's true. You've already won. And it's hard to wrap your brain around that sometimes because it goes against what we've been told. But that's really the strongest foundation of deep lasting change. So we start there. And then we go into happiness. And this invites you as a whole human and helps you get clear on what you desire, what your values are, your whole self, integrating all the parts of your life: physical, mental, emotional, environmental, existential, social. And then we go into habits. It's not just generic workout plan, it's about your values, your schedule, your body, and you build practices that fit and align with your life and where you are, considering your history. We undo a lot of the harm that diet culture and fitness culture has imposed on us, and we rebuild new ways of relating to movement and food in ways that are fun and enjoyable and unique to you, using somatics and mindfulness and pleasure. And health is the last H, real health. It's not about the number on the scale or the size of your waist. It's not something necessarily that we can just see in numbers. Health is about feeling energized. It's about feeling empowered. It's about being embodied in yourself, living in your body and living your life fully. It's about enjoying life. Inside the 4-H method, you get access to a private app. I call it your home, with science-backed lessons, progressive workouts you can do anywhere, tools for awareness and reflection, weekly live group coaching calls with me, community of people from all over the world who are on the same journey as you. And it's not a program with an end date. It's a home you live in, and it's designed to support you for the rest of your life. So this is where I want to leave you with something today. And as I finish, you don't need more motivation. Motivation, it comes and it goes. And yes, we can use our desires to fuel us. And there is something really special about desire that we talk about in the 4-H method. But think about when you come home at the end of a workday or hanging out with your friends or going out, you're not questioning if you need motivation to go home or not. You're not thinking, oh, should I go home tonight? I don't really feel motivated to go home. Maybe I need more willpower if I want to go home. It's just your natural inclination to go home, and you probably don't even think about it. And that's what the 4-H method is. It's a place you can return to when motivation is high, when motivation is low, when you're inspired, when you're not inspired, when you've had your worst days, when you've had your best days. You also don't need more information overload. You can Google so much on the internet. With AI, you can make complex workout plans. You probably know more about, if you're listening to this, nutrition and exercise than a lot of people. So you don't need more information. What you need is a structure that helps you actually make positive choices for yourself day to day, and that's fluid. There's no inherently one right or wrong choice for everyone. It's about building the skills of awareness and discernment and holding multiple things at once and aligning with what is best for you and having the confidence and the desire and support to make those decisions. And you don't need to fix yourself before you join. You don't need to start healthy habits before you join. You don't need to get it together. That's the whole point. You come as you are right now. And as long as you show up, and come home, which is so natural and easy to do, you'll grow. And right now, I have the 4-H method open at a lifetime membership level. So it's just one investment for lifetime access. There's no end date, there's no restarting. It's just home. It's your home. And if something, even just one phrase or idea, resonated with you, if you felt like you could identify with any of what I said in this episode, I want you to go to go.mlroscoe.com/the 4-H method and read everything on that page. And it's not just me trying to sell you something. This is me offering something that I know could be the exact thing that you're looking for and you need in your life. And it can completely shift your perspective on health, fitness, yourself, and give you more freedom, more peace, more joy in your life. You've started over enough times. Let the last time you said you would start over be the last time. Because this time you're not just starting a program, you're not just making a goal that you hope you can reach. You're coming home and growing from there. And that takes a lot of trust. That takes a lot of confidence in yourself and trust in yourself. And if you want to express that, even if you don't feel it completely by taking action for it first, the link is in the show notes. And I would love to see you inside, hero. Come back to your home, your body, your hero journey, your health.